The last bus. The city was really dark, and the last metro bus of the night was going through empty streets. There were only a few people on the bus, and they were quiet, looking at their phones in the faint light. Sarah, a young woman with tired eyes and a heavy backpack, stared out the window. The bus went into the tunnels under the city, and it was kind of scary with the dim lights and weird shadows. The engine made a humming sound, and it felt strange. Suddenly, the bus stopped at a station that felt like time had stopped. A voice said the station's name, but it was so quiet. Nobody moved. Sarah looked out and saw a dark figure on the platform. The figure was tall and covered in darkness, with a hood hiding its face. Sarah got scared as the bus doors opened, showing the mysterious person. The few passengers left, exchanged worried looks, but didn't say anything. The hooded figure got on, and a cold wind came in, making it even colder inside the bus. The bus driver, an old man, looked at the stranger in the mirror and seemed uneasy. The hooded person walked quietly down the bus, and it felt really weird. The air got tense, and the lights flickered. Passengers avoided looking at the hooded stranger. Without saying anything, the figure sat at the back, making everything dark. Sarah felt like the bus was taking them to something unknown. As the bus moved, things got scarier. Strange whispers and shadows made everyone nervous. Sarah held onto her backpack, looking around anxiously. The hooded person stayed at the back, making everyone uncomfortable. The bus went through tunnels, and the passengers felt like they weren't in control anymore. The automated voice announced another stop, but nobody moved. The hooded figure got up, and the doors opened with a groan. Cold air rushed in as the figure stepped out, disappearing into the dark station. The doors closed, and the bus kept going, leaving the mysterious person behind. The remaining passengers breathed a sigh of relief. The strange whispers and shadows faded as the bus went up from the city's depths. As the first light of dawn came, the passengers got off, still feeling the chill from the strange night. They went into the waking city, carrying the memory of a spooky journey on the last metro bus of the night. Midnight Dread. Lorraine's growing up in a small town. She often heard cautionary tales from her parents about the dangers lurking after sundown. Her father, a mechanic, used to share stories of late-night emergencies and tire blowouts that sent shivers down Lorraine's spine. The memories of those cautionary tales echoed in her mind as she struggled with the flat tire, amplifying the fear that had taken hold. Lorraine's hands tightened on the steering wheel as she navigated the desolate road on a moonless night. The darkness seemed to engulf her car, and the only sound was the rhythmic hum of the engine. An uneasy feeling crept over her as she recalled the warnings about late-night driving. Suddenly, a faint thudding noise echoed through the silent night. Lorraine's heart raced as the car began to wobble. Panic set in. She pulled over, heart pounding, and discovered a flat tire. Alone and miles from the nearest town, anxiety gripped her. With shaky hands, Lorraine retrieved the spare tire from the trunk, struggling with the unfamiliar process. Each passing minute felt like an eternity, her imagination painting vivid scenarios of what could be lurking in the shadows. Every sound became a potential threat. As she sat in the car for a short while, the headlights suddenly shone in her eyes. She got scared. The car approached her car. After a few moments, a man appeared. A stranger came to her window and knocked with his finger. Lorraine hesitated at first, but spending the whole night in the car, trusting this stranger seemed better. She gave him permission, and within 2 minutes, the stranger changed the tire. Lorraine was very happy and thanked the stranger for his help. Grateful, she realized that sometimes fear is just a passenger on the journey, and the kindness of others can illuminate the dark path. The Scary Doll. In a quiet town nestled by the edge of dense woods, a girl named Lily went missing. Her parents, Emily and John, frantically searched for her, fear tightening its grip on their hearts. After an exhaustive search, they stumbled upon a clearing deep in the woods. There, amidst the eerie silence, they found a decrepit and scary doll lying on the ground. It sent shivers down their spines, but something compelled them to pick it up. As Emily cradled the worn doll in her hands, she noticed a familiarity in its features. The doll had Lily's distinct hazel eyes and a faded smile that mirrored their daughter's. Bewildered, John examined the doll more closely, discovering a tiny birthmark on its cheek, the same birthmark Lily had. Fear and disbelief clouded their minds as they clung to the hope that their daughter was still alive somehow. That night, as they held the doll close, whispering words of longing, a soft voice echoed in the room. "Mom? Dad?" The voice was faint, almost like a distant breeze. They looked at the doll, their eyes widening with astonishment. The doll began to move, joints creaking as if awakening from a long slumber. Lily emerged, blinking in the dim light, her eyes adjusting to the world around her. Emily and John couldn't believe their eyes. Their daughter, once a lifeless doll, was now standing before them. Lily explained that she had wandered deep into the woods, discovering a hidden grove where ancient magic resided. Intrigued, she touched a peculiar-looking stone, unknowingly triggering a transformation spell that turned her into a doll. Time seemed to stand still for her, trapped in the porcelain prison until her parents found her. Despite the initial shock, the family embraced the miracle that had reunited them. Lily, now back to her lively self, shared stories of the enchanted grove and the strange yet captivating experiences she had while in doll form. And so, in the quaint town by the edge of the woods, the story of Lily's transformation from a missing girl to a living doll became a cherished legend, a reminder that even in the most unexpected places, miracles could unfold.